What's going on, techs? Welcome back to the channel. I am here with the RGH 20100F, affectionately referred to as the R2D2 unit, and today we're going to be going over error code 28 today on Pro Series. So I've gotten a lot of calls over the years on the RGH, specifically for error 28, with contractors freaking out because ER28 says it could be a multitude of different things that are wrong with the unit. But the truth is, it was actually designed to be extremely easy to work on. And ER28 is simply the line of safeties that are built into the unit. And they're even color-coded for you. So we'll go ahead and remove this fascia cover and take a look inside. So essentially what we have are two emergency cutoffs, one for the water and one for the burner plate. And then we've got an intake pressure switch and an exhaust pressure switch. That's all we have to check. So we can take our multimeter. We're going to start with the intake pressure switch, pull the leads off, and check to make sure that we have continuity if it's powered down, or voltage if the unit's powered on. That goes down the line to the water safety here. Same thing. We're just going to check for voltage and we're going to check for continuity. This all goes in a direct line. Then we're going to go to our ECO on the burner plate. ECO on the burner plate should check out for continuity, and then to our gas valve to make sure our gas valve is energizing. After the gas valve, it's going to go to the exhaust pressure switch to ensure that that is proving. That is the full line of safeties on the unit. So all you have to do is treat the electricity like a river. It's starting up top, follow it all the way down. When you find the dam, that's where you know where your problem is. So the first thing we're going to check in the line of safeties is going to be this pressure switch right here. This is actually a safety. So if for some reason the intake gets blocked, it's going to pull on this hose until 1 inch of water column is achieved, pull this switch open, and cut the 24 volts. So as you can see, in a resting state, we've got continuity there. Now, if this were in a resting state and for some reason the switch was open, you know you've got a bad pressure switch there. The next safety in line is going to be your water emergency cutoff. So if for some reason this water gets too hot, it will open and cut the signal to the control board, giving you the ER28. So since we're in a resting state, this is closed. Again, if you test and you have no continuity when the system is in a resting state, you know you've got an issue there. Another important thing to check is if you do have very hot water in the system, make sure to flush some cold water and see if this is closing, because it could just be doing its job as opposed to having been failed. The next thing we're going to check is going to be the exhaust pressure switch. This functions exactly the same as the other one, except now we're forcing air into it as opposed to sucking air through it. So if for any reason your exhaust gets blocked off, it would then push the air through the tube into this switch, which would open it, cutting your power. So let's go ahead and give this a test in a resting state. And there you go. We've got continuity, so we know this switch is good. Last but not least is going to be the burner plate ECO. So just in case this thing ever fires out of control and gets a little too warm, this little snap disc temperature safety, which I'll zoom in on here, will actually cut the power, the 24 volts, and give you that error 28. So here is your burner plate emergency cutoff. Again, this is a normally closed, so in a resting state, we should have continuity here. If you don't, it's possible that this is burnt out. So let's go ahead and check for continuity. Perfect. And this is just to thermally protect the system, just in case any of the insulation is worn out, anything like that. Do be careful if you're doing this after the system has been running hot. You don't want to burn yourself, obviously. And there you go. Those are all of the safeties that you need to check for an error 28. Take your time, shut the system down, let it cool off, and just go through each one in line just as we did today, and you'll find the issue no problem. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.